This man from Cambodia has lost his 10-year-old son.
We couldn't even find the car.
The case of the lost kid is becoming the case of the lost dad.
Yeah, so I had a knock on the door. There was a family there, and they were obviously quite nervous and upset.
Jane and her children have come to do some sightseeing at Bondi.
Excuse me, can you help?
Hello.
My mom got lost on the beach.
Mum.
Yeah, I think that she's 75.
So the family were on the way down to Bondi on the bus, and the family got off the bus at the bus stop, but their little grandma went to the next stop, which is all the way down the other side of Bondi, which is 1 kilometre away.
Where did you...
Any telephone?
Oh, you have your mobile phone, is it? Yeah.
Was with her.
So after chatting with Mum, we realised that Grandma had a mobile phone, so we decided to give her a call.
哦，老妈，你肯定走过了，我们现在在中间那个 beach 的中间啊。
Naturally, you'd be thinking Grandma'd be quite upset, quite nervous about her position, her situation, but
老妈，喂。
But it turned out Grandma, in general, is quite a grumpy grandma.
那你不，我们不要老是找来找去，你老是找来找去看不到，不就错过去了吗？我现在就在这个塔这里。
I can't speak Mandarin, but you can tell when there's a bit of a stoush going on, and there was definitely something brewing between Mum and Grandma over the phone.
就是这个中间有个塔，这个不会走，我就在塔这里。
I had a chat to Mum and trying to calm Mum down and try and work out where she was.
Where do you think she is?
She said she was at the end of the beach.
Mouse hopes Grandma can identify her location by pointing out any nearby landmarks.
When you're picking a landmark, you want something that stands out, quite unique.
垃圾桶，这到处都有垃圾桶啊。
Rubbish bin.
Rubbish bin. You pick that one up near the rubbish bin?
Garbage bins, very common here at Bondi. Got them stationed about every 100 metres along the promenade. Not a good landmark.
You can see a helicopter.
A helicopter at, 2,000 feet doing 400 kilometres an hour, again, it's not a good landmark.
We need a more substantial landmark.
你还看到什么？
Using his intimate knowledge of Bondi,
Oh, I know it.
Mouse thinks he knows which garbage bins Grandma is talking about.
Even though we weren't getting great information in terms of landmarks, I knew she'd definitely be at the northern side of the beach because I knew that bus route. And I know there's always a large amount of garbage bins at North Bondi.
Mouse commissions 9-year-old grandson Amos as his deputy.
Amos didn't seem worried one bit about Grandma. He was just really enjoying the whole experience of it all.
No. Got her.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Reunions down here at Bondi are usually quite nice, quite emotional.
She wearing a white hat?
Yes.
But for this one, mate, it didn't go down like that one bit.
She's pissed off, huh?
She was furious. Hello. When I finally got Grandma in the buggy, her and the grandson, they were just basically going at it.
一个是给头，一个是拉头，就不好找得的嘛。这是不是在那里嘛？是在哪里下的？不是。
I can't understand what they're saying, but they're screaming in their language at each other, like, aggressively.
这里不有个房子吗？别的厂都没房的。我好对，你好呆，先下去。
I kind of gave them some space, like it was a family moment, but it went on for that long that I had to get involved.
我就搞点你放这一点，妈妈就不能拿这一放。
She says that we're so dumb because
She says you guys are dumb.
she's dumb.
It's a good adventure for her.
Look, she looks very happy. She gets her She's getting her ride in the buggy.
You go here this way, Grandma. Grandma. Mama. Like any family, you can get at each other's throats. But, I think at the end of the day, that family were very happy to see Grandma.
Grandma is always independent and not good at team working.
I've been down here for 12 years and I've had a lot of experiences thrown at me. But no, I've never experienced a family reunion like that before.
Last seen about 3:30 in the morning, eh?
Yeah.
Around the rocks.
Around the rocks, yeah.
Fred and his cousin Eddie finished work in the early hours. The pair had a few drinks. Then Eddie planned to swim the length of the bay in complete darkness.
He said he wanted to swim across. He normally does that. And
So at that time of the night, he wants to swim across?
yeah. I mean, an hour past, I was talking to the fisherman and... I don't know.
According to Fred, his cousin has now been missing 5 hours. Azza calls police.
We've just got a guy down here who's been missing his friend since 3:30 this morning down here at Bondi. He was last seen heading around the rocks at North Bondi, around the point. And his car's still here. His mate's still got his clothes in his hand. And that's pretty much, the last he's seen of him.
Right?
Yeah, mate.
Lifeguards will search on the jet ski while volunteer lifesavers cover the rocks. With the clock ticking, Azza wants all the help he can get.
Just in regards to maybe getting a helicopter, what are your thoughts on that? We're assuming this is pretty sort of serious at this stage.
I'm just trying to keep calm. He's a good swimmer. It's not likely for him just to take off. He's got no mental illness. I mean, what would you think?
Then news from volunteer lifesavers.
We're just on the Clubby channel and they said they found him on the rocks at North Bondi.
After a long night of anxiety, Fred's desperate to see his cousin. He hasn't a clue what condition he's in.
Eddie, you all right?
Oh, Fred.
Oh, mate.
I fell asleep, bro.
Oh, right, man.
You right?
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
With Eddie safe, police close the case,
Thanks a lot.
All the best, mate.
leaving the cousins to reconcile.
Are you stupid or what?
I slept, that's good.
It turns out Eddie never went swimming at all. He never made it off the rocks.
I slipped down and I just sat there. I said, I'm not going to climb this. I was a bit scared. So I said, I'll just wait, see what happens, and then I fell asleep.
Don't go for a swim at night.
Eddie can finally get on with what he came for.
Now I feel like a swim.
Another child is reported missing.
She's had a telephone?
No. He's a mental sickness.
He's what?
He's mental sickness.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What does he look like?
Like short, like me. And the color. Brown color. A light brown color short.
Yeah?
And the other one.
How old?
He's 60.
60? 60?
But how do you find lost Arnold in a crowd of 20,000?
60? You did it.
Curvebox thinks he spotted Arnold, the 60-year-old Turkish man with learning difficulties.
I'm going to try to
Hello, mate. Yeah, come in with us, mate. Yeah, mate. Come in and have a sit down. Have a sit with us, and we'll see if we can find your friend.
Do you need a drink of water or anything, mate? You okay?
You want some water?
No water, man. Take it.
Okay, mate.
Now, Arnold has just got to amuse himself, while lifeguards find his mum.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
Come here, come light. I light, I get a come light. I light, eat light. After eat light, I let her get a come lighter.
But just before Arnold can show off some more magic,
Come on, drink.
I found him running around.
Thank you very much.
That's okay.
Arnold is back in safe hands. Just as lifeguards are about to close the last door, a report comes in.
Just got a report of a male who went for a swim an hour ago. Still got his stuff on the beach.
The man was last seen entering the water.
Last location? Middle set of stairs. So we went and had a look through his clothing with her permission, and all of his stuff was still here. His money, his phone, his wallet, his keys. So clearly he hadn't left the beach. That's when it became a worry to us that he's still in the water. Is he a good swimmer? Do you know him really well?
No, since 3 days.
3 days, okay. So you don't know how well he swims?
No, so...
Okay, all right. And this search started to get a little bit more serious. We're going to get Yatesy to take a sweep along the beach.
If someone comes up to you at that time, you can't leave until you've found them. So what I wanted to do was get in the rhino and find this guy. What's his name? Mehmet. Spell it?
From Turkey.
Mehmet.
Yeah.
Guys, we got a lost man. His name's Mehmet. Looking for a man named Mehmet. If you're Mehmet, mate, please come to Lifeguards Tower.
Then lifeguards spot commotion 150 metres from shore.
Is that someone out the back waving?
There's a guy going under out the back of the flag. Go.
A swimmer goes to the man's aid, only for the tables to quickly turn.
Oh, he's dragging another person under.
Lifeguards are still a long way off.
I got it. I couldn't see the person. All I heard was going under and drowning. Yeah, I put my head down and just got out there as quick as I could.
Have you got eyes on that? How bad is it? We've got him on the binoculars. The bloke needs help.
When I got there, they were pretty much holding each other up.
AJ is visiting Bondi for the first time. Mehmet, the missing man, is still nowhere to be seen.
Lucky that we were still here looking for that other guy. Mate, he's a legend. We weren't still here. That guy would have been dead. Yeah.
Up at the tower, Chapo thinks he's solved the mystery of Mehmet.
Oh, the bald guy with the grey shorts is back at his tower.
Hello, thank you. Have we got any news on that?
He's back. He's back. He's living in Perth, mate.
Okay.
In the end, Mehmet wasn't missing. He'd just gone for a walk. But ironically, the false alarm he sparked is what kept lifeguards back late and saved another man from drowning.
You know, things like that really play on your mind, and you really sort of start to reflect on them and think, you know, everything kind of happens for a reason down here sometimes.
At the end of the day, we saved this guy's life. We also found Mehmet. It was a good ending. It was good.
Just as things quieten down, an Irish couple report their friend Paul went swimming and hasn't been seen for over an hour. He'd been drinking heavily.
Well, he was in the water and he was diving under the waves himself, like. Was he? Yeah. I tried to stop him going in the water. And his car is here. His car's here as well. I drove his car and his car's putting up.
Hoppo has grave concerns. Alcohol and surf are a lethal mix. With Tom performing multiple rescues on the backup jet ski, resources are already stretched. There are still thousands on the beach.
If he was in the water, I mean, you ain't going to be able to see it from an aerial shot. It's too much white water.
Another hour passes. Hoppo has growing fears that he may have a drowning on his hands. The Westpac rescue chopper joins in.
We've had no visual of anyone going under or anything. We're just trying to search for the person now, so if you know anything about it. Last seen swimming in the south end, approximately in front of the skateboard ramp.
Yeah, ATV from Central.
The ones that were looking for him were last seen leaving the beach, so they may even have found him, just haven't come back.
Yeah, okay, copy that.
Then, the mystery of Paul, the missing Irishman, is solved.
He's been found.
He'd been asleep back at his car in South Bondi.
Hello? I kept walking up and down. I couldn't find him, so I said, right, first thing my father told me when I was a kid was, if you can't find your friends, you go back to where you came from. So I went back to the car. Common knowledge will tell you that. I waited, and I fell asleep and woke up, and I just said, right, Grant, they'll come along at some stage. But I didn't think there'd be such a panic, and I apologise over that, and I'm very sorry. To the services, to the lifeguards, to anybody who was on the beach looking for me, I apologise, and I'm very, very sorry. I didn't mean to cause any havoc.
This man from Cambodia has lost his 10-year-old son, Saparith.
You just want to say his name?
When lost children are last seen in the water, alarm bells ring for lifeguards.
You don't know how well he can swim. So if he has gone in the water and there is such a crowd, it's easy to lose someone like that.
There's thousands of people down here, so it's pretty hard to spot him, that's for sure.
What's right, English and Cambodian?
English much better.
Much better?
Yeah.
All right. He had really bad English. My Cambodian's terrible, so, you know, it was really hard to communicate with him. We've been driving around for 15 or 20 minutes, and he decides to let me know in casual conversation that his wife is also down here and he does have a car.
Yeah, around there.
Straight away I'm thinking, well, a kid's first instinct is either go back to the car or find mum.
So I think we need to try and find the car.
Yeah, I'll be fine down here.
And I thought, this is going to be super easy. Go find the car, locate mum, child, done. So maybe you park on this side of the cafe?
Yeah.
Maybe? We couldn't even find the car.
The case of the lost kid is becoming the case of the lost dad.
Or did you park near a children's playground? Like near the park here?
I don't remember.
We'll walk this way? Yeah, the language barrier was unbelievable. I mean, we get that. That's not a rare case down here. Did you walk down a lot of stairs to get to the beach?
Yeah,
A lot of stairs?
That's there.
I just did a whole lot of hand moving, backpack walking.
I came from here.
Yeah, and you walk
That's
this
it.
way. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, so we'll walk this way.
Okay.
Okay. As humans, I think everyone knows, you just figure it out. You just do a lot of expressive stuff.
I'm confused.
No, that's okay, that's okay. You're stressed, it's okay.
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Where's your wife?
Maybe he changed the car.
Are you sure this is your car?
My wife changed the car.
Finally, the car is found, but it's empty.
This your car?
Then, a familiar face.
And I'm thinking, well, this is great. We've found your car, we've found your wife. Where's the kid?
Bắt smart mà. Ai tên phone bị bay đó họ khơi. Ngõ bên kia không nữa họ mới dẫn vào phía ấy.
And then next second, the kid just kind of pops out from behind mum and steps in front. And, you know, I was wondering why mum looked so cool, calm and collect and was looking at dad kind of funny. The kid was with her.
Thank you. I'm sorry about that. He disappeared before telling me. Yeah. ขอบคุณ ច្រើន